Thank you, Bruce. Good evening, everyone. And it should be a wonderful Ansett Australia Cup Grand Final. Dennis Cometti, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Sandy. Should be a beauty.
So here we go. The Roos going to the right of screen. Modra fans here in their thousands, so too King Carey fans. Jarman couldn't take it, wants the free kick, making sure the Crows get it through Wren. One of their key players, one of the key players in the game, no doubt about that, Mark Rasciuto. The Crows quickly into attack, down towards the half-forward line. Robran looks for the free kick up against Reynolds and gets it.
Interesting ploy, that first bounce then, Dennis. I just wonder, Alex must have missed the ball, then he sort of tried to hit Sean Wren in the arm, I thought. Interesting play at centre bounces in grand finals.
Misjudged it.
Robran turned 24 last Sunday.
Don't say that to me.
Kicking from just outside 50. Heads for home, into the square. Martin is the big spoiler and rushed over the line for the first score of the night. A behind.
Crows bench. Greg Anderson in the distance. Has been struggling so far in the pre-season. Here's King up from the back pocket. Runs to right half back, kicks towards the wing. Adelaide lead in all directions to the ball, and the mark is held by Rasciuto. Back in action tonight. Left centre wing for the Crows. Beaten grand finalist last year. Back towards half forward. North have got the numbers. It falls behind. This is Smith. Squares the ball. Into open space on the outer side. Allison meters in the clear. Runs onto the ball. Measures the kick to the wing. Scott misses it. Loose ball behind. He gets back in time. Feigns a hand pass. Now he goes. Roberts with the run of it. Roberts at the 50. Goes for home. Miscues. Down towards full forward. Jamison's in front. Grabbed from behind by McKernan. Slapped out by Jamison. He didn't have the ball. He'll get the free kick.
Corey McKernan coming back into the North lineup.
Interesting move too. Jamison's actually ended up on McKernan, so there's a real height disadvantage there at the back for the Crows.
Back after a strained knee cartilage. Schwass applying a very solid attack on Rodney Maynard. Wayne Schwass looking for a big game tonight. Gives it across to Carey in the pocket. What will he do first up? Is away to the left for North Melbourne's first behind.
Interesting play then. Both the Crows players went at Schwass. I mean, the golden rule of football is, I mean, you peel off and just make, as we look at the North bench there, but I mean, just very, very basic play then.
And Capuano, Campbell and the Northerners bench as it's brought back into play. Rod Jamison was the club leading goal kicker back in 1991. Kicked some 49 goals. Ashenko does some good shepherding. Rock fires away in towards the full forward once again. One grab. Going to be a free kick as Robert Scott plays on with the goal. And there's the first big one for the night.
Yes. Robert Scott's interesting ploy from the kick out then. The Crows actually played a lot of players down the middle of the ground, and as we watch this in replay again, you'll see a lot of Crows players down the middle of the ground, a lot of loose North Melbourne players standing in their zoned area, hence a lot of free balls are going to go there tonight. McKernan causing problems there for Jamison by getting behind with his height, and Robert Scott does the clean-up work and a very good shot at goal.
Robert Scott, the first goal of the grand final. He got the first goal of the semi-final. That was a double banger. Not tonight. Here's Longmire to Stevens on the burst down towards half forward. Probing kick. They'll contest about 25 metres out. A player ran directly at Carey and hurt him. Ball on the ground. McKernan's got it. Smart crashes in. And a free kick again is going North Melbourne's way. The second for McKernan. This time he will take it.
Interesting out of the centre. Carey's, as we look at this free in replay then, certainly Smart, very, very crudely. But Smart's actually being forced back to full back on Carey. Carey's dropping out from the centre bounces and going to the goal square.
Carey seems to be okay. So McKernan back in the action. 15 metres out. Kicks and kicks truly.
Well, you'd have to say that 2 goals in the first couple of minutes of play is a great result for North Melbourne, and As we watch this free again, Smart, really no need to jump at all, really, as you're coming in. It's really just hold your ground and cover the bloke. And as we look at this kick from behind the goals, Corey McKernan, certainly in the thick of things at the start of this game.
Crows doing the early attacking as Tony Hall looks on. But it's the Roos getting the score on the board. They lead by 12 points as Ushenko does battle with Wren. Won by the North Melbourne big man. Stevens couldn't take it out. Good tackle applied by McGuinness. At the bottom is Allison. And a free kick going the way of Tony McGuinness. Allison disagrees. McGuinness to send the Crows forward. Again goes wide to Jarman, who's got a bit of space. He's exciting to watch as he spears it in towards Modra.
That was just fantastic from Modra. He started off, I believe, a half a metre behind Modra and ended up a metre in front of him over 10. As we look again, that's just where he gets in front of Martin. Fantastic, fantastic pace.
He's had great success in pre-season matches, has played 10 for 46 goals. This for the Crows first. This to get them going for the night. Not to be. $11 points the margin.
Reynolds offers a lead to this man Smith. Nothing doing. Comes Mendes' side now. Good kick too. Into the path of the leading Armstrong. He's at half back. He comes to the wing. It's a high kick. Longmire props in front. Chalmers over the top. Powell charged down nicely by Rock. Schwartz in trouble. And across the boundary line goes he. And the ball, and a boundary throw in right on the wing. Wayne Schwartz, who picked up top votes in the Brownlow the last time these two sides met. In a resounding victory for the Kangaroos. Thrown in. Wren works his way in front. Gets it down. Tregenza had it, then lost it. Rock slides in. Tregenza comes again. Ushenko's in there too. Picks it up. Tries to bullock his way out. Couldn't do so. And a bounce on the wing. North getting a flying start. The umpires tonight. Wren dives after it. Bickley's in there. And the whistle. Free kick to Bickley, is it? In fact, it's going earlier than that to Wren. He kicks it down towards half forward. In front, McCartney through his fingertips. The loose ball to McGuinness to the kickoff line. Robran launches himself. Modra with a fist knocked it away. Scholl hard against the boundary line. Some indecision. Pulls it back towards half back.
Ushenko overruns it. Does have backup support in the form of King. He gets claimed by Wren. Ball spills to ground. Thrown out by Allison. They'll get out of it, however. Back by Armstrong. In towards the centre. Fisted away from Long John Longmire. Chance now for McKinnon. Gets the hand pass away. An opportunity for Powell. On he goes to Connell. The Crows go up towards the half-forward line and Brown takes the mark. He's on right half-forward. An excellent crowd has built up here at Waverley. Well in excess of 35,000. At half forward, King again, forced to defend, does it well to Stevens. North out of trouble, but we're going to be in for a big contest. Longmire runs out of room. Centre wing on the outer side.
Yeah, it's just some of the matchups. Jarman's now found himself on Allison as he's dropped out the middle, and Tregenza's picking up Schwash.
Crow fans will be looking for a big game from Bickley as Blakey tried to get it out towards Robert Scott. He's got support through Rock, who gives it away. They go down towards McKernan, who comes charging at the football again. Fisted away from him. Waiting down is Schwartz. Has front spot Wayne Schwartz. Dribbling it forward, hoping for support. Gets it in the form of Armstrong, but he loses it, and the Crows will come away. Rashido takes the hand pass from Rodney Maynard. Kicks up towards Wellman, who marks just forward of centre. Sean Wellman wants Modra. Mickey Martin is in front. A boot goes flying. McGuinness soccers off the ground. Towards the boundary line he goes, and Stevens applies the pressure to force him over. Good stuff.
Tony McGuinness well held last Saturday. Brunton did a fine job for Sydney, but in the end it wasn't enough. Thrown in. Robran and Reynolds both miss it. Falls behind. This is Scott. Got the first goal of the game. He breaks away. He's at left half back. Smothered there by Connell. It ricochets across the boundary line and will be thrown in. 2-1, plays two behinds. Robert Shaw looking on. Fine night, light winds. Expected low 7, so it's going to be a cool one. Wren missed it. Rashudo waiting behind. Taken off him by McGuinness. Wren's in there. And we've got a whistle on the outer side. McGuinness getting a free kick, is he? No. Rashudo. Rashudo right half forward. Kicks inside the 50. Modra's the target. Why not? Got his right hand to it. Couldn't control it. Well done, Martin. Keeps it in front. Robert against the flow. Modra on the 50. Upended as he kicked. Down towards full forward. Great mark by Reynolds. Wren was bearing down on him. And Reynolds the equal of it.
Keenan Reynolds towards Martin. Held. All fans love him. A cult figure towards Longmire, who's down towards centre wing. No one able to take it cleanly. Maynard picks it up. Jarman, clever little tap. Beautifully done to Bickley. Centering kick in towards Mudra territory again. But he's trying to do it from behind. A little too tough. North defence working strongly towards Schwass. Comes the kick from King. Rock gets the hand pass away. Off he goes towards Armstrong, who pumps it down towards the half-forward line. Towards McKernan, who came sprinting out. Chalmers picks it up, gets the hand pass away. Advantage is going to be paid here. Is it advantage for McKinnon? Maybe not. Carey's got to beat a couple of them. He applies the tackle, but too high. Jamison to take it as Pagan looks on. In towards the middle. Good kick. Had his man Maynard picked out. Mark in front of Scott. Gives it off to Sean Wellman. Nice little sidestep. Has a look up towards the forward line once again. And again it's Modra the target. Couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. His immediate opponent comes away towards Stevens. Lost it. Stevens scoops it up. Maybe taken by Modra. Will he get a chance to snap? The hand pass goes into the pocket. Stevens again defends over the line.
Geez, fantastic pressure, Sandy. Just all over the ground. There's lots of good matchups here.
And a free kick going the way of Stevens in the back pocket.
Anthony Stevens out of defence towards the wing. Rashudo was up, knocked away. Roberts floats one just over the wing, going back with the flight of the ball. Valiant attempt to mark there by Smart. Not paid, pushes it across the line. Terrific effort. North Melbourne red-hot favourites tonight. Flurry of goals early from North, and now a real battle. Tregenza is slung. Armstrong, a couple of attempts, nothing doing. It falls to Maynard, off one step. He boots it down towards half forward. Wellman and Scholl. Great stuff, Scholl. Won the battle of strength. Away to Blakey. Peels off from half-back. Kicks through the middle towards half-forward. Carey's up in front. Fisted away well by Smart. Maynard tries to knock on. Coming through McGuinness. Tregenza. Clash coming up. He played it brilliantly. Got by Scholl. Gets the kick inside the 50. Wren's in front. Got his right hand to it. Swooping on the crumbs. Blakey arches the back and comes away. Blakey, great shepherd off the ball by King. He doesn't mind that. Away comes Nichols. Nichols forward at half-back. Comes down towards half-forward. Back goes Rodram and Carey like a butterfly.
At half-back. Swings it out right. Brown's got a paddock. And a pretty good left foot. Into half-forward again. Wren takes his own ball. Off to Jarman. Stabs it down in towards full forward. Was it touched? McMartin will make sure it heads towards the line.
They really have changed their game plan, the Crows. They're really kicking the ball to centre half forward in the front of the goal square many more times with a lot less possessions than they have in the past years.
An excellent start to this game. Reynolds giving away plenty in height, but certainly not in endeavour. Free kick for Holden. North to relieve some of the pressure. King again. He's had a pretty good start to this game. This is the third kick. But it'll come straight back to him because the free kick is going to be taken by Rodney Maynard. to go back. Maynard just forward of centre wing. To half forward once again. Ross Smith supreme. Grand defender. Tight as a drum. Wanting Oshenko. One grab. Couldn't complete the second. Rashudo chips in. He's got plenty of support. This is Powell. He gets it out. Pushed down towards the half forward line. Crows now steady. Jarman, was he taken home? Oh. A couple of interesting ones there, but the umpire says play on. So Connell does. The former West Australian goes into the middle and finds Jarman. Now Rashudo from a standing start. In towards Wren at half forward. Can't take it cleanly. Reynolds with a defensive hand pass towards the boundary line. Martin just tried to kick himself between his opponent and the ball. Sean Wellman sees it over the line.
Sandy, they're doing the same they did against last week, the Crows. Rodman's dropping back onto Oshenko and Wren up forward. Just can't grab his marks at the moment. Big fella up forward.
8.5 minutes to quarter time. There's McGuinness and with him Blakey. And the ball up.
Also notice against St Kilda how the North Melbourne players are all pushing back much more. A bit more like the Eagles, Dennis, just getting midfielders rather than playing ahead of the ball, as we watch McGuinness getting tackled there by Blakey.
Strong tackle too. Off hands Brown in the right pocket for him. He pulls it back. Again centering the ball. Mal made that point. Fisted away by Martin. Beckley, looping hand pass. Wellman sold into trouble. Did it well to Powell, 55 metres out. Towards full forward, one hand, not good enough. Brown up the ground, good enough.
Yes. Fantastic pressure from the North Melbourne side has kept the Crows out until now. And at the 16-minute mark of this first quarter, as we watch this in replay, handball misses as Wellman goes over the top. Powell doesn't quite hit the ball right. Great contest, and Brown brilliantly off the ground, Cantona style.
So a 5-point margin with under 8 minutes remaining this first quarter. Wren, Jarman or Rashudo. Rashudo wanting the free kick. Jarman applying the tackle on Schwartz, who gets a high kick down towards half forward. Fisted down, unable to take it was Allison cleanly. Oh, but Carey steals it with a long kick and an answering goal. There's the champ at work.
Well, unbelievably, the Crows had almost held that up then, and as we watch this in replay now, it should have been a free kick to Rashudo in the middle of the ground anyhow. Regardless of that, I thought they'd done enough to get it here. Just a bit of a fumble, as he's done a couple of times early, Maynard. That quick give, which Shaw's, I believe, trying to get rid of under those sort of pressure, and Carey goal, fantastic kick, and a very dangerous player, as we all know.
Carey getting his first. Coming in, had 15 in the series. His best, a fine performance, 7 against Essendon in game 10. North again, move it down towards half forward. Longmire missed it. Smart, dragged down, didn't make an attempt. He's a bit lucky there. Generally not good enough just to put the arms out. Certainly Carey holding the ball to him. But Smart just limply falling back. Not the smart play. 3-1-1-2. Oshenko flicks it down behind. Here's Armstrong, dragged off at Oshenko. Nicely done. Carey in front. Closer to goal this time.
I just mentioned earlier in the quarter, Dennis, that Carey had been going back to the goal square, but just for the last 2 centre bounces, he's actually come out the centre out forward. His lucks of fortune, 2 have lobbed in his hands.
Well, he's going for his second goal in the space of a minute and a half. This to stretch the lead to 17 points. It's got the carry. It's home.
Well, 17-point margin now to the North Melbourne side. Just as Crows get the pressure up for the majority of the quarter, I believe that the Carey again signs, as we watch this kick from Wayne Carey. He's kicked that from 52 metres, and that has cleared it fairly easily. About a 57-metre kick, which is a wonderful kick in anyone's language.
Well, the Crows battled for their first And North have answered very quickly twice. Wren and Jarman try to win it out of the middle. Rashudo, kick smothered. Schwass working like a bulldog at the bottom. Still virtually in the middle. Wren going for a roundhouse right, but only as far as Allison. No one able to take it on the half volley. Armstrong couldn't get it out. Jarman does to Rashudo. Mark Rashudo pumps the Crows down towards the 50. Here comes Rodron. Tap on towards Wellman. Sean Wellman, have a shot. One behind.
Got to kick those.
Yes, exciting youngster too, but yes, that extra step just to settle, and he's disappointed with it. I'm sure all the Crows fans would be. But nevertheless, it was a better movement out of the centre then. Andrew Jarman really setting up with those quick hands.
Smith brings it in. Blakey. King is out there, knocks it off. Martin. Plenty of players around the ball for North. He sends it high towards the wing. Carey's got a feel for it now. Just forward of the wing. Carey kicks long inside the 50. McKernan goes up and falls to Roberts. No one in front of him. Second bounce. 10 metres out. Third bounce. Goal. Big kick coming in. Set it up. And on the burst, Mark Roberts running into an open goal.
And you'd have to think, as we watch this in replay, Carey really smart put out of it then, but this is where the bit of pressure comes from. Jamieson has to go with McKernan tight. He's underneath it, and Roberts, as we saw him do early last year, in the last couple of years for North Melbourne in fact, and was a major disappointment when he injured a knee halfway through last season. But that's Mark Roberts at his best, very dangerous around goals and running towards them.
31 plays at 9. Schwass out of the centre. North towards Carey again. Almost took it on the chest. Smart works hard to try and get it away from him. Pressure now on young McKinnon. Gets it out towards Jarman. Held it for a long time. Carey asked the question. And there's the answer. The distance may test Roberts.
He's probably kicking with the Jew though, Sandy.
You're right.
And the bounce tested Ishenko. The Crows will come away, but they're under all sorts of pressure at the moment. Rod Jamieson kicks towards the centre wing. McGuinness had it, then lost it. Smith still has it. Kicks towards the right half forward. Longmire. Under plenty of pressure from Brett Chalmers, sees it over the line. Just over 4 minutes remaining. North preparing to make a change. Warren Campbell, former South Fremantle boy, about to come on. Wren to Brown. At least that was the object. Ooh, Chalmers runs into Schwass, who in turn runs into Jarman. Kick towards centre wing. King couldn't take it. Got a push and a free kick. Here they go again.
Blakey inside the 50. Carey once more. Fisted away by Smart. Down in front, Scott. Good tackle, McKinnon. Maynard quickly away. Powell ran into a dead end. Rock got him down.
Good tackle.
Yes, John Longmire's been taken from the ground too, and Campbell's come onto the ground. Maynard's done that a few times, those quick handballs, and just that was the play from last year, wasn't it? Really hasn't quite worked for him.
Anderson coming on. McCartney comes off. So here's a bounce. And the free kick is going Adelaide's way. Sean Wren hasn't been a dominant player so far. Chips it out wide. Jarman in space. Who's on down the ground? Well, he goes for distance towards half forward. Stevens got a hand to it. Scholl waiting behind cleverly. Got it across to Roberts, off the ground by Stevens, out towards the boundary line. Powell is there. Back come the Crows. Little short pass taken by Brown. He can move on. He does. Kicks down towards the 50. Rodron comes up on a lead. Knocked away by Smith. Taken by Anderson. 60 metres out. Down towards full forward. Martin's in front. He's doing well. Sockers the ball away. McGuinness quick hands to no one in particular. Anderson tried to spin out. It's pretty solid in there. Schwass found some time in the congestion. That surprised him. Smith clears the zone. Taken by Wren. Back it comes to Jarman. Off his step he goes to Brown. Brown 60 metres out. Goes for home. Martin comes back on Modra and hooks it across for a behind. Well played.
You really just can't see Mick Martin giving him too much room in those man-on-man bodies and man-on-man struggles. I think that's where Mick Martin's strength is, and Modra at the moment's playing to it. If they keep bombing it, it's going to be very difficult for Modra.
McCartney benched, 22 points, the margin, closing stages of the first quarter. 21. As Schwartz brings it back into play, just going short to Stevens. A couple of left footers combined to go towards big Alex Oshenko. Oshenko's kick wobbles off the side of the boot to the outer side and is over. Tackling has been a feature of this first quarter. North have applied 13, Adelaide 7.
Interesting, Sandy. They've got 4 pretty easy kicks away from their kickouts too. I think it's almost going to have to be man-on-man at the moment just to swap that North Melbourne kickoff plan.
Kluzek warming up on the sidelines. Campbell pulls it round his body towards half forward. Roberts will just try and tap it further forward. Was thwarted by Chalmers, but they're under tremendous pressure. Jarman takes the hand pass, flicks it in towards the middle. Rashudo takes the mark and plays on. Here's a chance now for the Crows. Mark Rashudo, penetrating kick. Robin up a little too early, but is first to recover. Gets boot to ball, shoots towards goal and pops it through.
Well, you'd have to call that a fairly special piece of play, Dennis.
Terrific. Jumped early.
That was great recovery. It just, as we watch it here in replay, Rashudo just brilliant at doing that. But McCartney off the ground, they looked a bit big across that half-forward line, although the big fella's just done it brilliantly.
Great balance.
Fantastic kick. Reminiscence of his father years and years ago.
Back in the middle, approaching quarter time. They needed that one, the Crows. Wren gets it down. Rashudo starts them off again, down towards half forward. Anderson, off hands Wellman. Hand passes towards full forward. Martin in front again at close quarters to Blakey. And Blakey comes away, looks towards the outer side. Not a bad kick either. Heading for the boundary line. Rashudo gets to the ball first. Will he keep it in? Yes, he does. The clock running down. We're down to 1:15. Wren to Maynard. Looper outside. Anderson in trouble. Smith's got him. Anderson stood up in the tackle. McGuinness goes with the right foot, not his favourite foot, inside the 50. Martin stands tall. Bickley crashes into it. Mark Bickley, feisty customer, met his match there in Martin. This is Bickley, or rather Blakey. Change jumpers. Reynolds out wide, taken by Tregenza. Whips it across to Connell. Connell 65 metres out. A centering kick. Robrin had to stretch. No one goes to him. He chips it back. Jarman's got it on the 50. Goes inside the 50. Kicks from 48. He's pulled it back too far behind.
Here's Modra. Just those quick kicks that come out of pack. You never see Modra get an easy mark on his chest. He just doesn't move forward. Always had a plan that you move forward as the ball is to the apex from a boundary throw in or a ball up. He just doesn't move forward.
14 points the margin. Robert Scott.
5 in a row from kickouts. Easy, Den.
Yep.
Scott towards centre wing, towards Carey. Doesn't let him down. 3 marks to Carey, who goes towards centre wing. Longmire was his target. Got a hand to it, but that was all. Kluzek onto the ground, gets his first kick. Just past centre wing. Carey looking for mark number 4, not paid. Play on McGuinness. Time has run out, however, as the siren sounds to end the first quarter here. Carey can't believe it. But Malcolm, a most exciting first quarter with North Melbourne sneaking clear. The Crows desperately trying to get back.
Yes, Sandy, I think they've just been far more efficient up forward. Carey kicked those 2 great goals and just broke the game open for a while. But I would think that the Crows have had more of the footy, more yards in their forward line than what North Melbourne have. So I wouldn't be all that disappointed at the moment. It is a grand final. North Melbourne did play in the final series last year, and of course the Crows had a downer. But I would suggest that they're going all right, the Crows, at the moment.
7 shots to 6 as we check the quarter time score. North Melbourne a 5-1, 31. Adelaide 2-5, 17. So just about set to go in the second quarter in this, the Ansett Australia Cup final. Adelaide out to make amends for last year. North Melbourne last won a flag back in 1980. Ashenko and Wren to do battle. Wren looking for Jarman, didn't find him. Big man keeps working hard, body over the ball, again looks for Jarman. Tregenza, a quick kick. It was touched. You can hear the umpire say play on. Schwartz has it stolen by Brown. The Crows want the first goal. Smith steady across half back. Brings it back towards centre wing. Rashudo had an excellent first quarter. Beaten by Stevens here. Away he comes. Pops one over the top to the running Schwartz. Wayne Schwartz, 70 metres out. Still going. 50 metres out. Shoots in towards full forward. Penetrating kick. No mark taken. No one able to take it for North Melbourne. It's socket off the ground and over the line. And in some trouble.
What a fantastic chase from behind from McKinnon. Just a brilliant chase.
And that's what hurt. He finished on top of Schwartz. Boundary throw in. Ashenko is there. Flicked behind by Wren. Into open space for Anderson right on the 50. Sock is it forward. Stevens had the run of it, then lost it. Carey falling to the ground. Rock is dragged down by Rashudo, still on his knees. Rock tries to get it out. Tore it in there. McGuinness was slung. This is Jarman. Inside his own defensive 50. He boots towards midfield. Awkward bounce. Wellman led Scholl to the ball, but Scholl got the spoils across to King. King comes away, sends it back towards half forward. North have got the numbers. Schwartz still a bit groggy. Is going to get a free kick.
I think it might go the other way to Wren for shepherding. I think Ashenko, that's an as you look at that again, Ashenko's actually shepherded Wren there. That's another tough call, I reckon, on the Crows.
Set a little pick, as they'd say in basketball. Didn't move, just stayed in the road. Schwartz has got this ball, 60 metres out. Back goes Wren. Big grab. So adept at getting back.
Pretty fired up after that, Dennis, I'd say.
Across it comes to Jamison. Little chip pass out wide. Rashudo's got it.
Had an excellent first quarter with 8 kicks. Rashudo finds Anderson. Plenty of pressure from Roberts and Schwartz. Won the Magarey medal back in 1986. Kicks towards centre wing. Smith, the flying Wellman through, but can't take the football. Jarman gives him a second opportunity and he takes it. Anderson again. Up towards half forward. Crows desperately trying to get an early score. Bickley has it on right half forward. Mickey Martin has done the job to date on Modra. He does it again. Kept in play, however. No, says the boundary umpire. Trying to sneak one was Matthew Connell. And a throw in the right forward pocket. Reynolds had front spot. King tumbles a punt towards the half back line. Rashudo and McGuinness combine, but McGuinness is on the right foot this time. He bends it back rather well. Past Scholl. Wellman trying to intercept. They lock it up with Mark Bickley at the bottom for another bounce. 45 metres out.
Just interesting with Modra and Martin being in the goal square a lot by themselves. Another small player around Modra at the moment, with Martin pushing and shoving, might be an advantage for the Crows.
Rock gets a hurried kick, but kicked somewhat blindly, and McKinnon takes the mark. Kicked a wonderful goal at Football Park, and he's gone for home again with a long kick. Modra at the back, couldn't take it, but can he recover? Martin asked the question, popped over the top. Reynolds thumps it over the line, conceding a behind.
There's been a lot of crumbs in that goal square with Martin and Modra doing the pushing and shoving. It's certainly some opportunities going and begging for the Crows.
So the margin 13 points now. Smith wasting no time towards the outer side. Again, they bring it up pretty easily. This is Rock. High kick towards the wing. Powell is drifting across, but doesn't get there in time. Stevens almost the mark. Had a lot of courage to go back. Nichols has got the run of it on the outer side. The defensive side of the wing. He kicks down towards centre half forward. Longmire is down there. Couldn't hang on close to the ground. Allison had it, then dropped it. Schwartz, looping hand pass. Roberts has to wait. Gets by Anderson, back to Schwartz. Schwartz has his kick blanketed by Robran. Showing great courage. Nichols knocked it on. Picked up by Rashudo. Rashudo sends it back to midfield. Rock, they queue up there. Ashenko in front of him. Interfered with, he'll get the free kick. Ashenko alongside the centre circle.
Is it, we're looking at that David takes on Ashenko here, or is it David and Goliath?
a Russian fairy tale. There goes the kick down towards half forward. Picked up by Connell. On the burst, it's Smart. Fumble. Still he goes, though. Across to Brown. Down around the knees. Brilliantly done there by, it was Blakey coming through. Read it superbly. And it's tied up between he and Anderson.
There's the man they call the junkyard dog. A late withdrawal, Dean Laidley. Suffering from, amongst other things, the flu and a cork thigh. And he's got a birthday on Monday. Rashudo picks it up. It's a kick in towards the middle. King couldn't take it. Neither could Bickley. Tregenza at the bottom. And again they stack it up. Well, who's going to break first, Malcolm?
Yes, I was just thinking how much play's been in the cricket pitch. There's a lot of football games won on the cricket pitch, isn't there? And it's really a tug of war at the moment through the midfield.
And that's where we are. Reynolds jostling. Brown tries to get through. Play on call as Stevens gives it away to Shaw. Bit of time and a bit of space towards the right half forward. Carey again takes it and away he goes. 70 metres out. Now he's on the 50. Just inside. Heads for home. Across the face, one behind.
We take it for granted, but gee, kicks a long way, doesn't it, Carey? It's a really long kick.
Yes, he is.
Back into play. Tregenza in the back pocket. Heads down towards the half-back flank area. There he is again. Too far out this time. But he pumps it long up towards Longmire territory. Fisted clear. Waiting down is Allison. Cleverly done, Allison. Came back into the north side and goes.
Yes, Brett Allison hasn't seen much of the ball. He's just had the 3 kicks so far. But we do know he is capable of kicking a goal. As we now watch this in replay, the kick didn't go far enough for Wellman, and Carey chipped in beautifully. Pretty well punched from Chalmers, and Allison cleverly tapped it over. Had enough poise and skill to finish off. Great goal to Allison.
Well, Allison, who kicked 32 goals in 21 matches last season, breaks his drought this year, his first in this competition. And they've kicked a lot of goals, North. His place in the team in the balance tonight. A lucky break, Laidley out, he was in. This is Roberts alongside the centre circle. Floats it down towards half foot. Got to be a free kick to Carey. Nothing doing. He comes again. Smart still got it. Rocket opportunity. 55 metres out. Armstrong in trouble. Kept his head well. Allison fires. He's off target this time. It's out of bounds on the full in the right full forward pocket.
One of the best movers in the middle at the moment is actually Wayne Schwass. He's getting the ball over the back of Vashenko's head when the Crows player is actually getting the tap, so he's very dangerous.
Chalmers drives it long around the outer side. Vashenko's up in front. Stevens hooks it back towards centre half forward. Lands in no man's land. Bickley came at it hard. Down went Jarman, pushed in the backs of the umpire. Jarman to take the free kick across half back. Jarman comes across the ground. Jamison had to wait, was taken high by Schwass, and will get a free. Schwass has a word to the umpire. Meantime, Jamison plays on and finds Rashudo.
Kick number 12 for Mark Rashudo. Wants Bickley. Could have given away a free for a high tackle. North fans not happy, but play goes on. King got a fist to it. Puts it down towards John Blakey. Wide towards the wing. Allison's covering a ton of ground. No one on the mark, so away he goes. Up towards Carey territory again. Smart flew early. Pushing it down was Scott on towards Carey. Almost threw it up. Stevens snap. Oh, this looks pretty good. Which way was it going to bounce? Another one to the roots. Stevens gets his first, and North are running hot.
Yes, the pressure's really been applied now as the ball is now starting to spend more time in the north end of the ground. As we're going, he's doing a fair job, Smart, man on man. Carey, brilliant for a big man to do this, to have the poise, to give it to Stevens. And once again, a left footer kicks a goal, as did Allison the one before.
And so a testing time for the Crows now. Down by 26 points. They need the next goal. Ushenko is there. The bounce favoured him. He thumps it down towards half forward. Powell knocks it down in front. Sliding in there was Nichols. Comes across towards Wren. Taken front on by Ushenko. Play on's the call. McGuinness inside the 50. Smith goes across the face of the pack. Modra up, couldn't hang on. Hurried kick by Robran, only as far as Ross Smith. He's been resolute in defence, isn't he always? Kick to the outer side. Clever mark there by Stevens. He got the last goal. He made his senior debut on this ground against Collingwood. He drives the ball towards the wing. Coming up was Longmire. Bounced off his chest. Socket off the ground by Nichols. Down towards half forward. Foot race now. Coming up is McKernan. Slid in like a base runner going into second. He slaps it on. Gains about 15 metres. And there'll be a boundary throw in just inside the 50. It's good to see him back.
11 and a half minutes remaining.
People don't like mine.
Wren with the one hand. North appear to have gone up a call. Rock shrugs the tackle, bounces it down to the forward line. Bickley a little fortunate maybe. Anderson gets it away towards Jarman, picking up plenty of touches. Kick number 9 towards centre wing, towards Rodney Maynard. Now down to right half forward. Robran has got to give chase, and it's over the line with Keenan Reynolds.
Yes, and it's about the time now, I think, that Robert Shaw starts to look to the bench. It's not quite working for them. They're not getting destroyed yet, but it's starting to slip away a little bit. And 2 or 3 changes now with some fresh legs is probably the opportunity time.
Just one behind added by the Crows so far this quarter. McGuinness again forced onto the right foot. Kicks down towards Modra territory. Hammered defensively towards Blakey in the boundary line. Somehow he keeps it in for a moment. And a throw in now.
Yes, Robert Shaw would certainly be chewing on the chewy now.
A change to be made, which is like Rod Maynard. And he's coming off. So the bench coming into play. Andrew McLeod coming onto the ground for the Crows. Here's McGuinness again. Centering kick. Modra and Martin. Who can crumb? Connell around his body. Snaps and goals.
Well, you have to say it. It's other than Brown in that first quarter, it's the first time someone's actually swooped onto a contest that Martin and Modra have been involved with. And I mean, you've really, as you can see here, Mick's just not going to leave him, and Modra's not going to get many kicks doing that, pushing with Martin. But what you do need is a small player on the ground, a la Connell then. So 2 of their 3 goals have been got the same way, somewhat under Modra's feet.
North lead by 20 points. Just over 10 minutes till half-time. Ushenko again tries to thump it down towards half-forward. Longmire met solidly. Chalmers was in there. Schwartz again so often digging it out of the middle. Kicks inside the 50, and guess who? Carey in front. Lunging mark. Within range now. Slight limp as he gets up and goes back for that kick. It's a lethal combination. Schwartz out of the middle and Carey on the end of it. Carey going for his 3rd.
What makes him so dangerous in this is he's a goal kicker, isn't it? I mean, you've seen some centre-half forwards who haven't been great goal kickers, but he can kick goals.
And probably will get this one. Having said that, of course
he won't.
Amazing how it works. Off hands, this is Anderson, the only man on the ground who's played in a night premiership team. On the outer side, Wren confronted, tried to get rid of Armstrong, and Armstrong got him down. Hog-tied him. Armstrong comes away, arches the back, kicks in towards the middle, and the mark is held by Allison. He's 55 metres out. Wants to move it quickly. Allison into space. Clever kick. And Longmire makes the easy look hard that time. The juggled mark about 25 metres out.
Wasn't it a big play from Armstrong? I mean, Wren normally gets around them. I just noticed the Crows players as we watch Johnny Longmire really having trouble with the footy. He hasn't had too many touches tonight. In fact, just the one handball. So this is really his first kick, and he has been off the ground for a while. But the Crows players just on the ground, and it's a bit slippery for them, more consistently than the North players at the moment.
Longmire, only 3 goals in this competition in the 3 games, 1 in each of them. And I think he's got this one, has he? It's close. No, he's just missed. It was touch and go all the way on its journey. There's Dennis Pagan, who was appointed coach after North Melbourne lost to Adelaide by 147 points in round 1 of the 93 Foster's Cup. Footy's a funny game.
8.5 minutes remaining in this first half. North skipping clear. The Crows having added just the 1 goal so far in this quarter, desperately wanting more.
You have to say at the moment, Ashenko would be on top of Wren, which would be a fair surprise to most people.
Yep. Gives it across to Carey, who pumps it long in towards the pocket. McKernan trying to make space. Under plenty of pressure from Rodney Jamieson and a throw-in. Right forward pocket for North Melbourne. In comes Ashenko again to do battle with Wren. Not a good one. Snap, and there's another one. Armstrong is down, but he's not out. He's kicked his first, the former Lion.
I can remember him doing that many times for Fitzroy. He doesn't look all that well at the moment. It's really a nothing tap. And Armstrong running onto the ball from the back of the pack.
Well, a dramatic end to that goal, because it looks as though the stretcher is now being called for.
Is that a shoulder?
That's the knee.
Oh no, it's a knee too. Yes, he's had a lot of knee trouble too over the years.
Yeah, he's had one reconstructed. Now, I think it may have been his left.
Well, that is the left knee for sure. Tragedy for Matthew Armstrong.
Just talking about footy being a funny game, Sandy. The highs and the lows. I mean, he kicks a goal.
Yeah.
And now this. I mean, dear oh dear. And he knew as soon as he'd hit the ground, I think.
So a most unfortunate dampener going on what so far has been North Melbourne's quarter. We'll see it from a different angle.
Yes, Tregenza just gets him, and just gets his leg caught between Tregenza's legs, and just one of those unfortunate ones. The bane of every footballer's life, unfortunately.
So Campbell is going to come back on.
And in fact, is that Tregenza coming off as well?
Yeah. And Scott Lee going on for the Adelaide Crows. But that was North Melbourne's 8th goal. 8-3 plays 3-6. And Armstrong up and chatting. I'm sure our boundary riders will find out just exactly what the problem is. Campbell awaits.
Dangerous time now, Dennis, too, Sandy, in the game of footy. I mean, you always wonder what's going to happen here. North have had a fair bit of momentum going. You just wonder now if the players just see that going off. I mean, you're never worried about it as a player, but sometimes teams do, if you understand what I mean. I mean, you think, oh, well, gee, that's bad luck for the lad. He's new to the club, etc.
Too much time to think.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's sometimes coaching you really would like at some stage just to walk out there and have another chat, just to get everyone's mind back on playing footy again. Crucial time now.
So Armstrong straight down for treatment. Campbell on. And we're back in the centre. 51 plays 24. Ashenko having a big night. Wren, his opponent. One by Ashenko, who was down looking for Scott, who was taken high. And away goes Robert Scott and North Melbourne. Up towards the 50-metre line. Well done by Rock. Controlled it beautifully. Gives it to the left foot of Stevens, who chips it delightfully just inside 50. Mark not taken by Longmire. The opportunity was there. Nichols caught one high, but he got the hand pass away. Straight to McKinnon, however, who defends wide to the outer side. Rashudo, a chance. Tucked in the pocket. He gets the hand pass away to Lee, who's just come on the ground. In fact, lost it. Rashudo again. Picking up plenty of touches. Mark Rashudo in towards David Brown. Jarman is there also. The latter gives it back to Brown. He chips over the top. Lee takes it from the middle. Just come onto the ground. Scott Lee kicks down towards half forward. It could have been a free kick going the way of the Crows there, and it will be taken by Matthew Connell. Held. He's outside 50. Martin again minds Modra. Here's the Modra lead. He has to prop for a moment. He gives Martin time to step over the top. Robert gives the hand pass away to McGuinness. 75 metres out. Flat looking punt kick. Martin got a hand to it. Well done, Mickey Martin. Stands his ground. Loses it now to Brown, who chips towards goal. It was touched by Modra.
When you're hot, you're hot.
Well, these things happen.
Here we go. Mick Martin does very well here. Ben just competes enough. There's a year lad McLeod, and Brown does very well. And Modra, I guess sometimes you do lose your spot on a footy ground, Dennis. Yes. I can assure you of that.
Just instinctive it was from Modra. I remember this is Anderson. He's at half forward. A little short pass inside the 50, taken by Rashudo. Now he can score from here. He's a thumping kick. He's been very busy, Mark Rashudo.
Still only 19, Dennis.
Yes. Great talent. 17th possession and goes in short to Wren, only about 15 metres further afield on a sharper angle. And the wisdom of that still. Wren has been kicking a few goals this season.
Yes, this is what Robert Shaw's trying to get him to do, is actually play a bit more forward to make another option to take some heat off of Modra. And other than that little stint in the first quarter, he hasn't been up there this quarter.
The Bob Johnson of the 90s. Here's Wren. Kicks. And kicks pretty well. There's a fight. Meantime, Wren's got the goal. And a bit happening off the ball.
Here's 20 points at the moment. Some 5.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Another goal by the Crows here, and would just make it a couple of goal game. And you know, I think that would be a fair result then. Although North have probably looked the better side in this quarter after an even first quarter.
Sean Wren gets his first critical 5.5 minutes now coming up. 20-point margin. Jarman unable to take it cleanly. Ashenko tries to soccer off the ground, but it's McGuinness. Another one here. Oh, Reynolds gets a bad bounce. Robert a good one. Here's a chance for Connell again. He tries to bend it back. Not enough. One behind. Boys have a bit of a chat.
McGuinness put down Sandy and Jarman in very quickly.
Yes, the Crows have now gone man on man from this kickoff, which just wasn't working before, so they're trying to cover up this way.
Scholl towards King. Gets a touch just before it goes over the line. Capuano comes onto the ground for Alex Ashenko. So a big test for young Matthew Capuano, who's been spending a busy pre-season, especially with the weights. Roberts in trouble. Slaps it back towards Stevens. Socket off the ground cleverly. That was by Schwass, who follows it down. Campbell ran into a brick wall. Stevens continues to work towards Schwass, and somehow he keeps it in play after very close attention from Scott Lee. As we go down for a report on Matty Armstrong. Dipper?
Yeah, thanks, Sandy. The good news is he's okay. He's doing plenty of exercises up and down the tunnel. And
Lost Dipper. Dipper's joined him in the tunnel. Boundary throw in, and we've got a whistle, and it's going to be a free kick to Capuano. Now that's reporting. Here's Capuano down towards half forward. Smart from behind. Carey too good. And Smart is very good in the air, but Carey beat him. He's 70 metres out. Centres it, intended for Longmire. Chalmers came in strongly. Has taken this mark about 25 metres out from his own defensive goal. Gets it to Bickley, who sends play towards the outer side. McKinnon missed it. Waiting behind, it's Jamison. Nicely done. Gets by Capuano. Kicks down towards half forward. Wellman's in front. Scholl tried to fist away. Somehow it came back to him. Brilliantly played across to King. Off about 2 paces. Boots back towards the wing. Missed by Campbell, who proceeded to head it back to Lee. Lee goes out wide, taken by McGuinness, who decides to stop. McGuinness, not a dominant force so far. Towards half forward. Wellman knocks it away from King. McLeod went to ground. Sliding in there was Scholl. Gets it back between his legs. Deftly done, and again. Schwass initially, then Nichols. Is that a drill you practice, Malcolm? Little side footer, and then the...
No, actually it was probably soccering at goals as changes being made here as...
Cluzek.
Yeah, Cluzek.
Yeah. Capuano gets it down. McKinnon across to Brown. Brown high towards the 50. McLeod got hands to it, couldn't hang on. This is Connell. Back to goal now. Still he goes, Connell. Stands and kicks. It bounces down towards full forward. Reynolds missed it. Wren on his knees. Reynolds has got him. McLeod goes in, tries to knock it out. Loose ball initially. Picked up by Reynolds to Scholl. This defence has been terrific. Blakey goes over the top. Scott comes away. Boots it back towards midfield. McCartney, who spent a lot of time on the bench, takes the mark. Plays on. Chips it out wide. Taken by Rasciuto. The Crows' best man. 80 metres from goal. McCartney runs on. He's taken this mark right on the boundary line, and he goes for home, and he's got it. Oh, what a great goal.
Well, he's just coming off the ground. Actually, it was the guy I was trying to call when I was calling Cluzek. McCartney's coming back on the ground, and I mean, he really did take his chances then to have a shot from there. Most of the other players have been kicking at the front of the goals, and McCartney, not a lot happening at half forward. So watch this now as Rasciuto, another possession, really has knocked up getting possessions, and McCartney sees the opportunity, steadies for half a stride, and just makes it across the line. Mick Martin over the line.
Back in the middle as the Crows come back. McKinnon can't take it out of the centre. Schwass has a couple of attempts to clear it. Eventually socket off the ground. Down towards the half-forward line for North Melbourne. Normally they've been able to answer the challenge. Brown couldn't take it. Here's a chance for Nichols. Snap in towards goal. There's the answer. Trent Nichols.
Yes, I think you've called that pretty well, Sandy. That it really has been the story in this particular quarter, that each time they've got one, they've been able to answer back the North Melbourne team. Very good gift then from Allison, who has had a busy quarter, just with important touches, and Nichols just running through the midfield. And that's Matthew Armstrong, I can assure you that. Well, that's good news, really, isn't it?
That's terrific.
Yes, it apparently was just a kick on the knee, so that was terrific.
Excellent news. 57 plays 38. Robran, smack on the ball, gives it to McGuinness. Crows need one before half-time. McCartney unable to accommodate with a mark. Schwass pushes towards Scholl. Did he do it illegally? So Wayne Schwass has picked up 10 kicks with 2 minutes remaining in this first half. The best and fairest of last year kicks towards the centre wing. Scott takes it out of the air to Carey, off to Rock. The North machine goes into motion again, down towards half forward. There was a push there. A decent old shove, and it didn't go unnoticed. Scott Lee's in one pocket. They find him now. Call to play on. He brings it back towards centre wing. Scholl applies plenty of pressure, opening a path for Campbell. 60 metres out. Lovely kick in towards full forward. No one able to take it cleanly. The hand pass is shot away towards Carey. King Carey shoots, but he's away to the right and out of bounds on the full.
Yes, he is a colossus, isn't he? Colossus Carey.
Well thought out by Barnett too, but the kick not particularly good from Carey that time. Jamison quickly pokes it to the pocket. This is Powell. Plays on immediately. Kicks towards the wing. Jarman's in front and will get a free kick. Jarman, the defensive side of the wing, boots it down towards half forward, and Reynolds is with him step for step. Nichols into the path of Stevens. Stevens down towards half forward for the Kangaroos. Capuano up in front. McKernan it was. Sliding in there, Powell goes again, tries to fist it forward. Danilchenko went to ground. Powell comes back into the fray, wins the loose ball, kicks to midfield. McLeod beaten by King, and King comes away. Tough son of a gun. He kicks it down towards half forward. Allison. Very clever. Less than 30 seconds to half time. And this could be a body blow as far as the Crows are concerned. They have stuck. They haven't played well, but they've been there or thereabouts. Generally just over 3 goals. But suddenly, late goals to North could really hurt them. Allison goes at his second from 50. And he's got it.
Yes, very important few minutes here. And of course, North Melbourne have just shown that bit more quality going forward, and I think that's a fair cause. It was probably a bit of a lucky mark, really. King, who's done very well across that half-back line. The kick just wobbled, and Allison really just sticks out of hand, and some days are diamonds, and that was certainly for him.
We'll have time for the centre bounce, and that's all. Robrin wins it. Schwartz out of the air, but it's half-time. And a couple of late goals, Malcolm. We had a margin at quarter-time of 14 points, and now it's opened out to 25.
Yes, they got the third last goal, the Crows, and looked some sort of chance coming back with a 20-point deficit, but 2 late goals from North Melbourne have really going to have to make the Crows think the way they're going forward. Their half-forward line just can't find a winner there. McCartney came on late again in that quarter and did kick a goal. But it's really the use of the forward line up forward. I just don't think that Modra's probably leading enough, but the ball's probably not also coming out quick enough. So it's a combination of 2 things.
There's been some great pressure from North Melbourne in the midfield, hasn't there? They've got foot speed, and they've been getting to these Adelaide Crows players who haven't seen pressure like this so far in the Ansett Australia Cup. So at half-time, North Melbourne have skipped away. They lead 10-3 to Adelaide 5-8.
25 points, but they're still in it. Sean Wellman and John Longmire. Same number of scoring shots. 10-3 though. Plays 5-8. Here we go. Oh, what a thumping punch by Wren down towards the half-forward line. No one able to take it away, however. Wayne Schwartz, the last up.
Armstrong on the ground, off on a stretcher, but it's very precautionary these days, and I think that's the right decision too.
Wren again wins it. After Ashenko had an excellent first half. Blakey soccers off the ground down towards centre wing, overrun. Stevens again, another little soccer tap, sees it over the line.
And there's a tendency too, Malcolm, in that situation with Armstrong. Players are very, very wary, aren't they? And I think it perhaps inclined to overreact sometimes because they know what they've been through.
Yes, indeed.
Wren was looking for McGuinness. Powell tried to soccer off the ground again over the line. Still on centre wing. Robrin starting the second half on the bench. Again, Wren wins it. Armstrong couldn't quite control it. Flying tackle was effective. Here's a chance for McKinnon. Likes kicking goals. Spectacular ones, but this time he's forced to pass. A chance for Brown. He takes the hand pass, but pulls it wildly to the left. And one behind only is the result.
Interesting move that. McKinnon's gone up forward, and he's a likely type. Brown, interesting kicking on his unnatural foot. Really, he's got to kick up with the ball, make it spin better.
Smith finds Scott, who's away, running it up towards left half back. Still he goes, a second bounce. He got the opening goal of the game, sends play through the wing, carries the target, but from behind he was unable to take the mark. Lee's in front. He's got the stop marks to prove it. Scott Lee up from half back. Started the game on the bench, goes down towards half forward. McCartney in front. Reynolds reaches over the top. McCartney, well done. Kicked a very good goal late in the second term. Got 22 goals for Collingwood last season. Had a great August. 13 in 4 games. McCartney long down towards the pocket. Ashenko's in front. Hooked down behind by Wren. Martin knew it was in there somewhere. Armstrong, great to see him back. Ashenko back to Armstrong. They work a little 1-2, and Armstrong from left half back sends play towards the wing, uncontested. Lee goes up and takes the mark.
Scotty Lee, rejected early in his career by Hawthorn, has 50 metres. So in with an opportunity of scoring the Crows' 6th goal. He's going to be shooting from 40.
Had a great career with Central Districts and thoroughly deserved. He really did improve as a player.
An important kick to start the Crows off. But it's to the right.
And played a fair bit in the back pocket. Central Districts.
Tell us now. 5-10. Plays 10-3. Smith to the outer side. Schwass.
Hasn't he kicked off beautifully? I know that it's been good, but the kicking's been great.
12th kick for Wayne Schwass. Oh, Mickey Martin showing all the skills. Look at this. Away goes Allison. Passes in towards a Longmire. Excellent football. No one in the square, so he can just bang one home. Pops it up high. Carey surrounded. Smart was right on him. Carey's still there. Can't get it out, however. Connell at the bottom.
And the move made is Wellman now onto Longmire, with McKinnon going up forward.
McKernan contesting. One behind the result. North bench, look on. Capuano had a stint in the first half. Danilchenko, we haven't seen. Wellman. Couldn't be tucked any further in the back pocket. And this is Chalmers. Still in that position. Towards half-back, cleverly done by Schwass. A contender for the Michael Tuck medal. Working very hard on that occasion was Anderson, giving it to Powell, but it's got to come back. To Greg Anderson.
They're just sticking to it at the present time, the Adelaide Crows. 24 points down. Not done with yet. Nothing's gone right so far, but they're not far away. He boots it down towards half forward. From behind, Roberts tried to fist away from Bickley. Close to the line, McKinnon. Wren. Bickley's got it now. Hard against the line. Floats one down towards the 50. Reynolds goes back. Almost a clever mark. Did the hard work, then dropped it. And escorts it across the line with a lunge. So a throw in about 55 metres from the Crows' attacking goal. As we said, the temperature dipping down to 7 degrees tonight. It's pretty cool at Waverley. Reynolds and McCartney, it falls behind. Roberts stood up in the tackle. The ball jarred loose. Brown digs it out somehow. Here's Bickley. Nicely done. Gets it to Anderson as he was falling to the ground. Pulls it back towards half forward. Now a loose ball. Lee did well. Got away. Gives it across to McKinnon on the forward line. The kick, not a good one. Martin drops the mark. Surrounded by Crows. Connell got him. Scholl on the assist. Well done. Got it to Blakey, who immediately sold Schwass into trouble. Here's Scott close to the line. Little looping hand pass. Blakey stops. Gets by Modra. Feeds it back to Scott. Won't sit for him. And it's out of bounds.
Yes, the Crows have made another move. Jamison moved up forward. Played there in the first season. I think kicked 49 goals as a leading goal kicker from memory.
And I think from memory also got 8 one day against North Melbourne.
On centre wing. Rashudo was working at the back.
When we say from memory, we mean don't hold us to it, don't we, Martin?
No, he definitely kicked 49. Yes, I'll claim mine as okay, Dennis.
Correct. In 1991, their leading goal scorer.
Pretty sure he got 8. Same year.
Still on centre wing. Game of cat and mouse with Ashenko and Wren. The latter had it, then lost it to Jarman only for a moment. Brown now an opportunity to Connell. The Crows down to the forward line. Oh, chancing his arm was Smith, and he almost got it. Poor hand pass. King comes away. North Melbourne out of trouble for the moment. Back towards McKernan. Couldn't take the mark as he comes back into this Roos senior lineup. Kluzak to the outer side. Past Jarman he goes, off to Bickley. Mark Bickley, forward of centre. Centering kick in towards half forward. Martin used the body and lost the football. It could prove expensive. McKinnon sockers off the ground and goals. They're still there.
Well, those couple of interesting moves might pay some dividends here for Robert Shaw. McKinnon, more known as a wingman, has played in defence. Bickley starting to get some balls up forward now. Kicks in long. Modra once again caught in that body battle, and Modra kicks it off the ground beautifully. Great goal from Modra.
(6-10), 10-4. Tony Modra, in fact, getting that last goal alongside McKinnon. Up goes Wren, thumps it down. Bickley in the thick of the action now, where he's suited, gets it down towards centre half forward. Reynolds boots it out wide. It pitches at right half back and runs on. Will it go out of bounds? No. Stevens arrives, comes back on his left foot, pulls it back towards the middle. Awkward one for Scott. Chance for Lee behind. Scott comes again. Jarred loose. Rock over the top. McKernan a little bit sluggish. Well done. Knocked on by Nichols. Taken by Ashenko. He was on a collision course with Chalmers, who comes back and wins the ball. This is Connell. Connell goes across the ground. Anderson waited. Allison almost got in there, but Anderson's got the ball. Just forward of half back. Probing kick to half forward. Reynolds the big leap. Wren behind. Kept his feet. Gets it across to McCartney. To McGuinness, who goes for home. And he misses by quite a margin. Just sneaking it through for a behind. He doesn't kick a lot of goals.
No,
when he does, they're generally memorable running ones like that.
He runs very wide. Right behind him, and it was fantastic to see. He really does run too wide. You don't need to run that wide. Just about a metre inside the left-hand goalpost for a left footer.
17 points the margin. Smith brings it back into play. Roberts and Martin. It was Martin who got a hand to it. Now Roberts tumbling a punt towards Ashenko. Couldn't take it cleanly. Good scouting by Nichols. Just pops it up in the air. A little floater close to the boundary line. And it's seen over by Wayne Carey on centre wing. Corey McKernan off for a spell. Ashenko wins it. Taps it straight down the back and taken by Powell. Still on centre wing. Play on call. Wren gives it away to McGuinness, and he pokes it high with the left foot up towards the 50-metre line. Reynolds in front. It's going to be kept in play. May almost come back to Reynolds and Wren. Smith caught by Rashudo. How's the tackle?
Too low.
Yep. Smith across the ground to John Blakey, who goes off to King. Enjoys a run and can kick long. Does so towards Carey. Almost threw it out, but got away with it. Scott Lee intercepts against Roberts. Nichols on the outer side has a chance to keep it in play for the Roos. Allison will give him a hand. Or will he? Certainly trying. Gets it away nicely to Robert Scott. The running Robert Scott chips in towards Schwass is his target. Clean bowls just about everyone. Coming away will be Chalmers. Advantage to be paid. The whistle did sound, but it was Anderson who got the free kick and took advantage. Down towards Brown on centre wing. Crows desperate for the next one. Brown gives it towards McGuinness. He's running out of room. He's forced onto the right boot. Forced to pull it round the body towards Rashudo, who couldn't take it on the half volley. King's attempt was somewhat wild. Stevens steadies. To half forward once again. Nigel Smart on the half-back flank. Defends. Across the ground to Sean Wellman.
Oh, that's confidence. Here's Wellman, equal to it. Deep in the right back pocket, heads for the boundary line. Will it run across? Yes, it will. Done to perfection. And you get the feeling the Crows fancy their chances. This game suddenly has gone up a cog or two. And the Crows not without hope. If they get the next goal, it'll be really on here. North Melbourne, try as they might, can't put them away. Wren down to Rock. That wasn't his intention. Across it comes to Lee, inside his own defensive 50, gets by Stevens, props, kicks towards the wing, in front McCartney, and close attendance there Reynolds. He finds the ball first, back towards half forward, brilliantly trapped by Armstrong. Schwass runs to the 50, to Roberts, very important kick here. Roberts goes in from 20, it's touched off the boot. Well, Roberts took a little too long. And the Crows defender made the right decision. I think it was Wellman. He peeled off, came to meet him, and got fingertips to the kick. Wow, that was big. Wellman, straight up the middle. Smart did very nicely, sliding into that mark. He's at centre half back. Anderson now runs away and kicks out wide, intended for Jarman.
Just on 10 minutes remaining. Jarman is very clever. To half forward. Can the Crows make North Melbourne pay? Should have been a goal to Roberts.
Yes. Once again, this interesting play of Robert Shaw's now trying to bring Wren down the forward line, create some opportunities up forward.
The big man's kicking from 52 metres. Long kick, but away to the left in going for distance. One behind to Robert Shaw's team. As Capuano warms up. Martin takes it after the kickoff. North out of trouble towards centre wing. Kluzak coming over the top to spoil Allison and force a throw in.
You just sense that Indian arm struggle going on at the moment, don't you?
Yeah.
You just sense it. Could really break either way this game.
Next goal just so important. Chalmers won it. Scott Lee at the bottom of the pack. Rashudo gets the hand pass out towards Powell, kicks it high towards the half forward line. Oh, good mark taken by Keenan Reynolds. It's the sort of stuff you need at a time like this. Scott's kick drops short to Brown. He just chips over the top, but the mark is not taken. King almost pirouettes his way through the middle. Now to Longmire. Too far underneath it. Wellman. Keeping it short. Kluzak runs out of room.
Well, that's an interesting way to take it out of bounds. Have a missed kick and airy. Actually, that's an interesting one, Dennis. That's a great play, really, isn't it, if you think about it? It fools the umpire. Probably fools yourself.
Didn't fool you. That would worry me. Boundary throw in. Chalmers up in front, knocks it down, taken by Jarman, grabbed by Nichols. Over the ball, Connell. They're playing like a team very keen to make amends, Adelaide, but Schwass is in the road, centres the ball to Campbell. Can they break the resistance this time? Long kick from 60 out. It floats. Carey! But the second attempt couldn't rake it in. Smart over the top. Allison picked up by Kluzak. He clears it momentarily at least. It comes to Brown, who's seen a lot of the ball. 19 possessions to the outer side. Rashudo, something special. Mark Rashudo, outer side, right half back. Terrific game now. Back to Brown. He kicks it through centre towards half forward. Wren looking for the body. Capuano looking for the ball. That was the difference. Capuano's got it. Forward of centre half back. Under 8 minutes till three-quarter time. High kick once more. Carey's the target. Up he goes. Couldn't hang on again. They're roving pretty well to Carey, Adelaide. Connell chips it in short. That man again, Brown. Down towards centre half forward. Not a good kick. Showed too much of the ball to Reynolds. Back come North Melbourne. Pulsating affair now. Scholl. Long kick towards half forward. Longmire. Tried to Rashudo and missed. Anderson comes away. Look at him go. Anderson. A high kick. He floats it across the ground. Rashudo had to wait. He's taken the mark on his chest. He wants to go. Where's Modra? Twisting and turning up ahead. But it falls short. And away comes the defence once more. It's popped out there by Stevens. Taken by Capuano.
The youngster steadies. Kicks up towards half forward. Jarman floats across the front of the pack. Gives it across quickly to Matthew Powell. He goes to the outer side. The Crows throwing absolutely everything.
It's like a game of table tennis at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just going backwards and forwards. It's brilliant.
Scoring tough. Wren from the centre wing. A floater towards Modra. Touch play on the call. Martin has done a grand job.
Oh, well done.
Slung off the football on this occasion. Stevens keeps it in play for a moment, but then soccers it over the line as coach Dennis Pagan.
It's almost 10 minutes since a goal was scored, and the only one for the quarter.
Great tackle by Bickley, who was a North Melbourne supporter as a kid. His idol was Malcolm Blight, which is good news and makes you feel old, I bet.
McLeod brings it back in. Modra the flyer. Socket off the ground and cleverly done.
No, it's a touchdown.
Right on the line. Oh, this is great pressure football. This is what a final's all about.
Lee's been lively since he's been on it.
6 minutes remaining. A snap. And a one behind.
Yes, you really must have a set play from those boundaries, from those pull-ups in the square, just to tap over the back. I mean, it was really a nothing anything, wasn't it? Just got to push it back out the front of goals. 19
effective scoring shots to 15. Schwartz. Around the boundary he comes. 4 bounces. Around Jarman. 5. Down to centre wing. He pumps it towards Capuano, who juggles it. Plays on quickly to Rock, who runs into a brick wall. He's not the only one. Chalmers gets the hand pass away to Brown, but he loses it to Stevens. Carey's up. His kick goes down towards the 50-metre line, and Wellman sees it over the line.
Yes,
Kluzek.
It happens occasionally in a game of footy, unfortunately, when you're on the receiving end of it.
From the throw-in through Armstrong. Brown at the back. Was he held? Umpire says yes. David Brown will take it.
Just lifted his rate too. His 19th kick, 4 handballs. He's doing well around the middle.
Chip short to Scott Lee.
He's forward of half back, kicks down towards half forward. Blakey on the road. It's amazing to think these players can play this well in March. Away comes Smith. Long kick through the centre. Wren goes up. Juggled attempt, almost good enough. Capuano at close quarters to Rock. Rock kicks inside the 50. Carey up in front. Well, it's a game of centimetres so often. Wren almost the mark. About 4 attempts to juggle it, and suddenly now Carey. A goal-scoring opportunity as John Longmire goes to the dugout.
I've seen many games as we watch this again, as the ball comes to Carey. Many games I've seen him play this year in this night series, he's been the one that just eventually kicked the goal that seemed to break it a bit.
Going at his 3rd here. Goal umpire goes a fair distance to his left-hand side. Behind.
And, well, I think that's good for the crowd because, yeah, Brown's got a lot of kicks, but his last 5 kicks, Dennis, have virtually gone straight to the opposition. So, I mean, you've got to get it, but you've got to finish it too.
So just over 4 minutes till 3/4 time. Wellman to boot it in. 10-6, 6-13. Still very much in the balance. Chalmers, Wellman, and a groan from Sandy Roberts.
Kicks towards the half-back line. Rashudo has been sensational. Danilchenko coming on for a run. Across to King. Always lively. A floater to the half-forward line. Roberts is there. Chalmers. Lee. Stevens. Up against Rashudo. Look at Jarman pounce upon him. Rashudo asked the question. Think there should have been a whistle earlier, Malcolm?
I thought that was a terrific contest all around. I thought Stevens jumped early but kept his eye on the footy.
It's tough though, isn't it?
Well, there's one young man who'd dearly love to have been out here tonight. McAdam. His time will come as the season unfolds. Rashudo short. Robert Scott round the body up towards the 50-metre line towards Carey. With him, of course, is Nigel Smart. Powell through strongly. Kicks towards centre wing.
Played.
Connell takes it. A chance for the Crows. They go down to Mudra. He floated over the top, but to no avail. Smith will combine with Blakey and they'll bring it back again. John Blakey's got a bit of time. Into the centre he goes, towards Armstrong. Stretched it from the ground earlier in the game, but back towards Carey. In front, but unable to mark. McCartney almost spooned it out towards Anderson. Back to centre wing. Tell you what, they could be running on the same spot come the final quarter. Wren, like a spinning top, gets the hand pass away. Blakey, another one. North forward through Smith. He's across centre wing towards the 50-metre line. Carey sandwich. McCartney head front spot. Chalmers takes the hand pass. Up towards centre wing he goes. An excellent spoil by Nichols. Will give the youngster another chance. Runs into trouble and is going to get a free kick. Persistence paying off for Trent Nichols.
Pretty good play then by Chalmers. I think he was actually committed to that, because if Nichols had got past him, there was absolutely no support from behind. So he really did slow up play then, and probably from a team point of view, he's just got a man on man now.
Kick number 6 to Trent Nichols. Wellman looking to spoil.
Oh,
look at this kick. Look at this kick! It doesn't get any better than that. Armstrong, who was on a stretcher 45 minutes ago. Sensational, Malcolm.
Yes, what's he going to say? Where could the goal like that come from with all the pressure? Armstrong really did stretch his body around and kicked it wonderfully well.
well, it simply went end to end for what seemed an eternity, and suddenly something special by Matthew Armstrong on the boundary in the pocket broke it open. Marvellous. Schwarz out of the middle towards half forward. Kluzek goes up. Will that break the spirit of these Crows? I doubt it. Powell comes away. Back towards half forward he goes. Knocked on by McLeod. He's been very adept at doing that. A chance behind for Smith. What a great game he's played. McLeod got him. Smith's hand pass straight up in the air. Connell's got it now. Inside the 50. Feeds it back. Wellman has it. Just over a minute till three-quarter time. The high kick. Down towards full forward. Wren launches himself. Couldn't mark it. Slapped away by Martin. Taken by Reynolds. Throws it on the boot. Finds Nichols on the outer side. Sold Stevens into trouble. That's a submission hold applied by McGuinness. Taken by Wellman. Back inside the 50. Could have almost been a free kick to Wren. Not paid. Reynolds crashed into his back. King comes away. Boots it out wide. And now close to the boundary line, Capuano decides a little peace and quiet is what we need here, and a boundary throw in.
15 minutes without a score as McCartney comes off again. 15 minutes without a score.
Just terrific, wasn't it? End to end. And finally, what a goal to end the drought. Capuano is up. Bickley taken high. He'll get the free kick. Hasn't been one of his best, but geez, a tough customer. They'll need him now. Play on's the call. Across to Rashudo. Rashudo from about 80 metres out. Wren. We're down to 19 seconds. What an important kick this is from the big man.
Yes, he really had the drop on the rim. He's actually looked a bit tied up forward in the last few. It's been a fair game. Really does need to seal this.
The margin is 23 points. On the siren, Sean Wren has missed. Oh dear. It's 22 points. At three-quarter time in the grand final of the Ansett Australia Cup. Dennis Pagan takes a deep breath, and Malcolm, you'd know all about that in this situation. What a terrific quarter of football.
It was, and ironically, only 2 goals were scored. I mean, if we're at soccer, we'd think that was marvellous, but in our game, it's certainly not. But 1 goal 6 the Crows have kicked to 1 goal 3 from North Melbourne, and the pressure was incessant. The only thing I think of in those sort of games is you look, it was fairly in the midfield early, and that last 10 minutes, barring a few sorties up forward for the Crows, it really was the majority in the North Melbourne half. And I think that when you look at the play, some of the use of the ball, particularly by Brown, just not what the Crows needed.
The margin was 14 points at quarter time, 25 at half, 22 points the difference at three-quarter time. So here we go. This to decide the champions of the Ansett Australia Cup for 1995. Robert Scott's kick is smothered out of the middle. Rashudo has worked tirelessly. So too is Schwass, and he's still there at the bottom of the pack. A goal apiece in a very, very tight third quarter. Crows had their chances, but the constant pressure took its toll. Scholl gives it to Rock. Goes back towards centre wing. Towards Nichols, but beaten by his opposing number 13 in Scott Lee. Here's a chance for McKinnon. Floating it over the top to McGuinness. Tony McGuinness, 75 metres out. Centering kick up towards half forward. An excellent mark by Smith, just floating in front of the pack. Takes it away towards Danilchenko. North Melbourne out of trouble to Schwass. He's had a big game. Gives it to Keenan Reynolds. Gets his kick just in time towards centre wing. And again it's Armstrong. What a comeback by Matthew Armstrong. Into half forward. Corey McKernan spent time on the bench. But he's back now, and he's got a chance to really hurt the Adelaide Crows.
This is just interesting. As they went for that marking contest then, Crows player just backed off him a little bit, where you really need to push the bike under. You don't have to beat one player on the footy ground, and he really didn't push back hard on him.
McKernan is away to the left. And Capuano gets a hand to it. A behind as the result. Crows on the sideline, including Tregenza, McCartney. 11-7, plays 6-14. Chalmers to the outer side.
Jamison back in defence as well on this term. Wellman back on the forward line. Smart was up in front, had it fisted away. McKernan went down. Chalmers against the flow. Kluzak stood up in the tackle, heads for the boundary line. Can McKinnon keep it in? Yes, he can. Well done. Releases McGuinness around the outer side. Pulls it back slightly towards the middle. Still on the outer side wing though. Jarman. About 25 metres in from the boundary. Now he heads for centre half forward. Danilchenko did well. Worked his way in front of Wellman. Good strong grab. Under 18 minutes till full time. Danilchenko towards half forward. Wasn't a good kick. Up in front was Nichols. Made to earn it. He juggled the mark. On the line of the centre square, the attacking side of centre, Trent Nichols. Chips inside the 50. Down on his knees, Carey. He's got two so far. He started very well, but Smart has stuck to his task.
Yes, Nichols just held up the ball. I always felt that in a tight game, which this has been, the side that can actually find teammates more and more with their kicking, not panicking with the kick and not just blazing away, because players start to lose a bit of concentration as they get tight. Leads are on offer, providing they're not always short, but certainly around goals. Players do get tired at this stage of the game. Control the football.
This for a 29-point lead. Carey starts it right. It's bending back. It's close. It's good.
So Wayne Carey kicks his third goal. It's not a backbreaker yet, that's for certain. I mean, the Crows still have something left. They've been fighting hard all day. All night, I should say. But I mean, Wayne Carey, once again, has been that man that's got that early goal. And pretty well set up by Nichols too, I thought. So the test is now on the Crows. Big play out of the centre of the ground.
.29 points the margin. 3 goals to Wayne Carey. Next one must be a Crow goal. Stevens pumps it long and high, and dropping back is Chalmers to take the mark. He defends to Lee. Towards centre wing he goes. McGuinness, body over the ball, gets caught by a couple of them and is going nowhere. Stevens has had an excellent game. Stan Alves, an interested observer. He'll have to start thinking about the West Coast Eagles. I'm sure he already has. Schwartz has been excellent tonight. Towards half forward. Carey again just used the body beautifully. Now he's taking on Smart. He's got to give a little ground. Gives it to Scott. And he settles and he goes long in towards full forward. And through for one behind.
Yes, young Robin's just finding a bit of trouble in ruck at the moment, and Wren's sitting down the forward pocket. He looked very tight in that third quarter, but I just think they're losing that 10 or 15 metres at the start now from every boundary throw in or bowler.
Scott Lee to Kluzek. Deep in the back pocket. Boots it along the grandstand side. Carey goes up, gets a fist on it, gets it out of bounds, and that will do the Kangaroos. 3 goals tonight for Wayne Carey. Matthew Liptak. Capuano and Robran. It falls at their feet. Anderson keeps it in front. Well done. This is Connell. Runs through the wing. Kicks down towards the 50. Danilchenko came across and did well. Knocked it away from Wellman. So boundary throw in about 60 metres out from the Crows' attacking goal. They need to make things happen now. They're down by 30 points. Throw in front, Wellman hooks it down behind Smith, who's been terrific all night. He's a great defender. He kicks it back towards the wing. Big pack, juggled mark taken by Jamison, the man in front. Showed a lot of courage to go back after that one. Right, Jamison on the wing, told to play on, kicks towards centre half forward, ill directed. Any one of a number could have marked that for North. As it was, Blakey's got the ball just wide of centre half back. He runs to the true centre half back position now and sends play across the ground. Pinpoint accuracy. Allison feeds it out wide. This is Reynolds on the overlap. He kicks it down towards half forward. Carey had it knocked away by Smart.
A chance now for the Crows to repel. Powell. Short little chip. Only just made the distance. Put pressure on his teammate and Jamison, and they've lost it.
Just not quite cool enough coming out of defence at the moment. The Crows just got to set the ball up.
Capuano towards half forward once again. Chalmers gets a hurried kick. Danilchenko could be first to this. Kicked 25 goals in one game as a junior. Pumps it in towards full forward again. Carey's his man. Couldn't take it. Campbell. That could be a sealer.
Yes, the run to Carey. Danilchenko in acres by himself. But it nearly always goes to Carey, and he almost gets it too. Nearly always people at the bottom of his feet. He does contest very well indeed. Warren Campbell's first goal.
So that margin now is out to 36 points. Just under 14 minutes remaining. But North looking far the better side now. Robran goes up and knocks it down. McGuinness tried to go through. Scholl slapped it out, taken by King, feeds it back to Reynolds. Forward of half back, he boots to the wing. North running on slightly the better. Out there the 2 13s, Lee and Nichols. Lee quickly on the boot. McKinnon, haven't seen a lot of him tonight. He was a star in the lead up to this game. Across to McGuinness, who boots towards the 50. Smith in front again. Bickley from behind knocked it away. Cannons into Blakey, grabs him on the way down. And the umpire says it was held to John Blakey. So a bounce about 60 metres out from the Crows' attacking goal. The last pre-season premiership North Melbourne won in controversial circumstances. Some said it was kicked, the winning goal, after the final siren by Kerry Good. It seems tonight's margin could be more decisive. Hooked high towards the outer side by Smith. Stevens, been a very busy player. Back it comes to Smith. Keeps his head nicely. Capuano, rather untidy, got it to Reynolds. He stops, kicks to midfield. Wellman took his eye off the ball at the last moment. Connell beats it across to Chalmers.
Chalmers bends it round towards David Brown. Solidly met by Schwartz, but has it on centre wing. And 50 is going to bring him down by the looks of things. Done very little wrong tonight, Wayne Schwartz. Is there 50 in that, Malcolm?
Well, I guess he could have pulled up a little bit and still run into him, but I guess once you drop your shoulder and the guy's already got the mark, it is a bit debatable, but certainly a tough call.
Brown has spent time on the bench, picked up plenty of possessions. Good looking kick in towards goal, and he's goal. So Brown gets his second. He kicked one in the first term. The margin back to 30 points.
And David Brown, not noted as a long kick, but kicked from just inside 50 and just got over. So 50-metre kick at this stage of the even tight legs is a very good kick, and anyone's stretch the imagination.
"24 possessions for David Brown, 2 goals. And have we lost the football? We're back to 30 points the difference. And now the central umpire is going down to talk to Robran. Blood coming off because there must be some blood on the right side of his face that we can't see.
Interesting too that Nigel Smart has now been moved up forward, which he's done in many games. Last goal for the Crows was about the 8-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, so it's been a long time since they've actually kicked a goal.
McCartney back on. 13-8, 7-14. Just under 12.5 minutes till full time. Great crowd at Waverley.
Wren back in ruck too, Dennis.
One last hurrah here for the Adelaide Crows. Can they pinch it? Well, Capuano got it down, but it comes to Rashudo, who kicks towards half forward. Denelchenko has been lively since coming onto the ground. Whoops. That'll slow him down a bit. He was met solidly by Beckley, but he battles on the ground. Well done by the young man. King gets it across to Schwartz, possibly the best on the ground. He chips it out wide. Taken by Stevens. He's away from the wing. Goes down towards half forward. They come from all directions. Interesting. McKernan cleverly down to Allison. Couldn't do that again. Comes down towards Campbell. Loose ball behind Carey. Sockers off the ground. Gained about 10 metres. Good pick up by Powell. Heads for the boundary line. Now it's a foot race. Armstrong's got the speed. The 2 left footers. He pulls away from Anderson. Hooks it back. Kluzak goes back. Couldn't complete the mark. Goes again. He's the master of the area. Heads for the boundary line. Powell's in there. They're over the ball. Slapped towards the boundary line by Powell. A whistle, and he'll get the free kick. So Powell in the back pocket. And Kluzak's been practicing that move, I think, Malcolm, as Powell boots it out of defence. Up goes Capuano, waiting behind Connell. Quick hands, releases Rashudo. He's tried very hard. Kicks towards the wing. In front is Smart. As Mel said, on the forward line. Off the ground by Brown, cleverly. Connell over the top, taken by Rashudo. Quick hands, releases McGuinness. He runs into space. 85 metres from goal. But the defence again is there, although they've made a blue this time. Modra sockers towards full forward. King comes in. Close to the line, King, and McCartney jars the ball across the line. Not a bad result for North after problems between Reynolds and Martin. Some indecision. One of the few times today that defence has made a mistake. There's Robran.
Benched with a blood rule. A goal is needed. And McCartney's kick towards Modra across the face. Martin just pushing the ball along in front. Makes a little ground. Danilchenko goes into assist. Spoons it up towards the boundary line. Smart in hot pursuit.
No, you shouldn't say it, but Tony Modris had 1 mark for the night.
Just under 40,000 here tonight. 39,393. Pretty good attendance for the Crows and North Melbourne in this final. Schwartz has been sensational. Off to Smith. Solid as a rock. He's been in defence. Barnett. Towards the half-forward line. Wellman. Rashudo. Connell. On centre wing. Tregenza. Time ticks away. Under 10 minutes remaining. Crows still a chance, but they want something very, very smartly. Blakey round the body back towards the centre. Rashudo again. Gee, he's been busy. 10 marks, 21 kicks and 5 hand passes. He's tried his heart out. Modra! All to no avail. McKinnon to McGuinness. Tucked in the pocket. The left footer bends it back. Danilchenko couldn't take it. Reynolds claim. Ball spills free. Socket off the ground. Back towards Connolly's. Clean ball. Armstrong loses it. It may prove costly. Rashudo, a shot in towards full forward. Again, Modra can't take it. The North Melbourne defence stands strong. Keenan Reynolds gets it out to Scholl and he's away.
Scholl around the outer side, kicks towards the wing. The Crows have got the numbers out there. Carey flew, dropped the mark. Taken by Lee. Good pressure from Campbell. Spills back to Powell. Powell comes down towards half forward. Smart. He's got this ball about 65 metres from goal. Time very much the enemy now of the Crows. You get the feeling they're simply not playing well enough. There's Modra up ahead. A very quiet night. Smart puts the ball in the Modra direction. Over his head. Reynolds, an opportunity to tidy up. Close to the line. He took it across.
Great listen, Dennis, in Martin the way he comes back hard. Young Gasper against Modra last week just gave him that extra 2 or 3 metres and didn't come back hard. The veteran, really hard player Michael Martin comes back and takes his run.
Underrated fullback in many respects, Michael Martin, from the old school, and that's a compliment. Capuano gets it down. Stevens heads for the boundary. That was Armstrong taking a tumble, and once more it goes across the line. So the Crows, they lost last year's Foster's Cup Grand Final. It seems they're going to lose this one as well. The Ansett Australia Cup this year, of course. There's Dennis Pagan. Wren and Capuano. Capuano gets it down decisively. Another possession for Schwartz, who boots it back towards the wing. 25 possessions now for Schwartz. Longmire back on the ground. Untidy hand pass. Kluzek didn't have it. He'll get the free kick. We'll come back to Kluzek, who made his debut in round 17 last season against the Eagles and booted 5 goals.
Goes short on the wing to Con. Kicked a goal in the second quarter. Heads towards the 50 and the big man, Sean Wren.
I would suggest that's the first mark that's almost been taken across the half-forward line for the Crows.
Still seems a problem for them, doesn't it? Under real pressure.
He too kicked a goal in the second quarter, but they need a bag of them now in a hurry, or a big mark here from Modra. Reynolds is the effective spoiler. McKinnon's a chance just inside 50. Chips into the pocket, and Lee takes the mark.
Yes, they've certainly tried though, haven't they? I mean, they've kept on pressuring and they've really kept at it. I mean, I think it's a fantastic sign.
Can he give the Crows a glimmer of hope? He hits the woodwork. 6.5 minutes remaining. Graham Corns, former coach, now behind the microphone. Wayne Schwartz, just about the best player on the ground. Runs it out towards centre wing again. Capuano gets the hand pass away. Lee. Scholl's kick, well, it missed really, but it gives Carey the chance to run. 70 metres and closing from 55. He passes beautifully. Longmire takes the mark.
There's a perfect lesson, Sandy, of coming back hard on the player. I mean, they're really standing still. They can't do much damage, and that's a confidence thing. As we watch Carey's kick come into Wellman here, and he just doesn't push back hard enough. See how he stops? Yeah. Whereas Martin keeps going and takes the body. Just the difference, experience.
Quiet night for John Longmire. Been benched. But he enjoys that. Longmire gets his first.
The ironical part of the scoreboard is that they've both had the same amount of shots. So we see this Scholl has a couple of goes. Allison, who's like that Apache player. Kerry's still got plenty of run in his legs, so he's a very fit young man. And Longmire, well, just not quite getting there.
5.5 minutes remain, but the task seems too big for the Crows now. Longmire, the last goal. Quiet series for him, not for him. North's best in the first 3 games. Dean Laidley looks on. He's missed the grand final tonight. Bad luck for him. Probably in those qualifying games their second best player. I would imagine Wayne Schwass, who's going to take off the Michael Tuck medal tonight, though, is the best player in this grand final. Here's Bickley. Across it comes, on the run to Brown. Brown towards full forward. McCartney up in front is marked about 35 metres out. Wayne Schwass, a terrific player, probably doesn't get his due. 4th in last year's Brownlow, best and fairest at North. A superstar that perhaps isn't quite recognised as yet. McCartney, meantime, goes from 40, and what's he done? He's got it.
Yes, it can be a simple game, football. When you look at this last play from the Crows, you say, why hasn't that happened all night? And I can imagine Robert Shaw asking himself the same question. Just get the ball out the centre, give it to a handball to a bloke running by, and Anthony Rock looks as though he's a bit sore at the moment. And of course the kick comes to a leading forward player, and you go back and kick the goal. Dennis, it sounds all so simple.
It does when you tell it like that, Malcolm. Yes. That's the way we draw it up.
It is. 92 plays 63. Under 5 remaining. Oh, look at Blakey. Does the ruck work and charges out of the middle. John Blakey hits for home with a long kick down towards Kerry.
Well, the last time I heard as much noise as this, I haven't said it all night, the last time I heard as much noise as this was playing Collingwood about 15 years ago in a similar type game, but obviously circumstances hellishingly different now because there's a number 18 very important player for North Melbourne. And John Blakey's pretty happy with himself, and why wouldn't he be?
This for number 4.
He's actually missed a few tonight, hasn't he? Well, let's not get too picky. He's had a very productive night again as Wayne Carey. But having his up midfielders and his defenders just given him so many opportunities.
Lee finds Kluzak. Back it comes to Powell. I get the feeling it's going to be a big year for North. Around the outer side, Bickley almost the mark. King, a look away hand pass to Scholl, who hooks it back. Up in front, Lee, who's done very well since coming on the ground, marking on his chest there in front of Scott Nichols. Lee chips one out wide. McKinnon elects to go, takes on Scholl. It turned out to be a little unwise. Tregenza gets out of trouble, kicks through centre towards half forward, ran up in front, fisted away by Capuano. And we've got a whistle on the outer side, a free kick I think to Blakey, taken high in the tackle. John Blakey has worked hard tonight. What about the new uniforms? Smith wasn't watching. He was thinking about the uniforms too. Away he comes. You've got to say these North uniforms look terrific. As does Carey there. Almost a terrific mark. Across it comes to Connell. Gets through. Gets it across to Brown. Brown floats it down towards half forward. King goes back. Misses it. McCartney knocked it away.
And follows it up, the big man. Gets it away towards Bickley. Bends it round his body, but there's no one home. Capuano. Oh, Mick just brings it in with the one hand, and away he sprints. They love him out at Arden Street. Lee and Nichols, Scholl and McCartney. Well, they were having a bit of a chat earlier on in the night. They're still trying to organise a few things.
Well, I'd suggest young McCartney should give that away, because I reckon it really does detract from his game. Just play footy, son.
Nichols. Into half forward. Carey at the bottom of the pack. Allison gets the hand pass away. Losing it with Scholl. Slaps it back towards Allison. Wider to Nichols. Head down and away he goes. Shooting in towards goal. Wren on the last line of defence takes it. Gives it away to Chalmers. And from the back pocket, he comes away. Going over the top of Barnett. Finding Connell. Swings it up towards centre wing. Rashudo takes the mark unattended. Under 2 minutes remaining. Rashudo to half forward. Danilchenko got a hand to it. Nigel Smart right there with him. McLeod also. In towards full forward. In towards Martin and Modra. Mickey Martin. Oh, this is a night you'll remember for a while. Off to Robert Scott. Martin still sprinting with him. Scott kicks to the outer side and he finds Blakey.
His 20th possession. Pops it up for Capuano. Lee read it well, came across, sensing the danger, and boots it back towards the outer side boundary. It bounces across and a throw in. Just over a minute remaining. Tony McGuinness, the skipper. Not much point staying on now and risking injury. And of course, this time next week, these two sides will know each other very well. But right now, North Melbourne about to celebrate. They've gone out in the first round for the last 3 seasons. Bickley off hands, down towards the pocket. Martin again. Away he goes, close to the boundary line. What a terrific game he's played. Probably the biggest challenger to Schwass for the medal tonight. Over the top there, Lee. Very clever in a tight situation. After it goes Capuano, collides there with Jarman, who's hurt. Scholl, quick hands, gets it away to Campbell. Schwass, still he goes Schwass with the right foot this time. Pinpoint accuracy. He hits Nichols on the outer side wing. Nichols plays on, kicks towards centre half forward. Coming up the ground is Carey. Hit him in the shins. Hacked away there by Jamison. Taken by Tregenza, who goes for a run through midfield. Kicks down towards half forward. Guess who? Michael Martin, the hero tonight.
Gives it away to Schwass. Well, they've both done a wonderful job, and Stevens certainly too has played his heart out. On centre wing, Allison. Been a great team effort by North Melbourne tonight. Stabs it into the forward zone, but good interception by Kluzak. Doesn't matter, it's all over. North Melbourne are the champions. The Ansett Australia Cup champions for 1995. The first premiership for the club since 1980. Mickey Martin, well done. Let's go down onto the ground. Here's Dipper.
Thanks very much, Samuel. Congratulations as captain of North Melbourne's night grand final.
Yeah, the first one, mate, and it's great. I just hope there's many more to come.
It's been a very good start to the season. The last 6 games, North have played good football, and tonight has capped it off.
Yeah, mate, it's fantastic. I mean, I know it's only the night grand final. We've got a long way to go, but I mean, you can only do what you can do, and we've won the night premiership, and we're all wrapped.
And your own form has just been electrifying.
Yeah, I was a little bit quiet tonight, but I've been quite happy with my form, and the team's just been fantastic. The back line tonight was just brilliant, and I think they've carried us right through this Ansett Cup.
Well, you've added some flavour back to the football. The whole crowd screaming out Carey.
Yeah, it put me off a little bit, actually. I was kicking for that goal. I was sort of obviously very happy, and we've got great supporters, and they're all out tonight. So.
Well, you're going for it, mate. Well done.
Yes, thank you, Dipper. Big night for North Melbourne. And Wayne Carey, they are the champions, 14-9, 93, 30-point victors over Adelaide, gallant in defeat, 8-15, 63.
To begin our presentations tonight, it gives us a great deal of pleasure to welcome former Hawthorn champion Michael Tuck, the AFL Games record holder, to present the Michael Tuck medallion to the player judged best on ground. And the winner of the 1995 Michael Tuck medallion is Mickey Martin of North Melbourne.
I think after tonight we've proven that we are a team of the 90s, and after being at the club for 8 years now, I think we've all had enough of getting the short end of the stick, and I think this year we'll do well.
Congratulations to Michael Martin of North Melbourne. And now to present the 1995 Ansett Australia Cup, would you please welcome the Chief Executive and Managing Director of Ansett Australia, Mr. Graham McMahon, to present the cup to the captain and coach of North Melbourne.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to North Melbourne, commiserations to Adelaide. All of us at Ansett sincerely hope that you've had a great night, enjoyed the entertainment and the game. We hope that we will bring it to you again next year. Thanks very much.
And if I could ask Wayne Carey and Dennis Pagan to come up and accept the 1995 Ansett Australia Cup.
All right, I'd just like to say that commiserations to Adelaide. We have to play Adelaide again next week. That's when the real stuff starts. It's been a fantastic effort by all the boys. I think our back line, especially through the whole Ansett Cup, have been great, and I think they showed the way tonight. Thanks a lot.
Let's go down on the ground. The Big Dipper's got Dennis Pagan with him.
Thanks very much, Bruce. Well, firstly, Dennis, congratulations. It's been a terrific effort over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah, thanks, Robert. The guys tonight were sensational, and they've been, since we started pre-season training, you couldn't have asked for any more, and geez, I'm really proud to be involved with them.
Now, the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've had some great champions come out of this. Mickey Martin, what a sensational game he's played tonight.
Yeah, he played a great game, Mick, and you know, he was sensational, and you know when you mix in front and first to move, you know we've always got a chance, and he played in that frame of mind again tonight. He's been excellent over the whole series.
Now, players always need confidence from their teammates or whatever, but when a coach is looking down the barrel, I mean, where do you get your own confidence from?
I don't know where you get it from. You just go back to the things you know that are going to make you successful, and just do those basic things well over and over again. And you know, sooner or later, when you've got some good players to run out for you, you give yourself a real good chance of being successful.
Well, once again, congratulations, and we'll see you next Friday night.
Good on you, Rob. Thanks, mate.